There's 3 things that I specifically focus on. And when you see me coaching or bringing people up on stage, I alternate between these 3 things. The first one is when. That's number 1. Meaning, let's just say you come up here and you're very anxious. I might ask you, when did you start feeling anxious? Because you weren't born that way. It's not like you came out of your mother, you're like, oh, I'm so anxious, so no. No, you weren't born that way. Meaning there was a point where things shifted. I love that sound effect too. It's like, and tracing it back in time is key. Meaning a lot of the original experiences that shaped who you are here today come from your childhood. As an example, let's just say in school, I remember this for myself growing up, very young. I had a crush on a girl. And I did not want anyone to find out about that. And guess what people did? And what do kids say? Early primary school, Julian and Sally sitting in a tree. And everyone started laughing. I was like, oh no, they all know. Literally, it felt like I was about to die. Even though it's true, it's like, yes, I do like her, but no one can know about this. Deeply traumatizing. To the point where I then disown. I'm like, hey, the part of me that is attracted to her is currently threatening my survival because I can no longer fit in the classroom. What if they all laugh at me and they reject me? I'll die. This is the world. There's no world beyond the classroom. Limited perspective as a child. So let's disown it. And then even later on in my life, again, extremely anxious and shy, I was still attracted to people, but the way my mind would work is, okay, how can you get into a relationship with this person without letting them know that you like them? Because if they know you like them, you'll die. Insane. And it led me to actually looking for, okay, what are some tips and tricks to get them into me without them knowing that I'm interested? Insane. So those original experiences affect us years and years later. Another example is, say you're at a restaurant as a child and you're loud. A story my parents told me is, apparently we went to a restaurant and I asked my mom really loud in the whole restaurant. It was somewhat of a nice place. I'm like, Mom, is this dead cow? And all the tables looked around and she's like, shh, shh, shh. Now what does that say? Okay, well, don't speak so loud. Ooh, I can't trust myself so much. Let's not be loud. Then later on in life, was I loud? No. Because there's still a part of me in the background saying, if you're loud, you won't be loved, you won't be accepted. Especially as a child, hey, my parents telling me this is not okay. Now, I don't see the bigger picture. I'm a kid. They don't love me right now. Do they love me? Yeah, but I don't see it that way. What happens if they don't love me? They can abandon me. Can I survive on my own as a child? No. So suddenly something as simple as that, is this dead cow? Turns into a life or death situation. And I have the choice. Let's keep saying dead cow and die, or let's disown this. And this is where we all start believing that a part of us is bad. There is something wrong with me. Let this land, by the way. This is key. Me being loud, they don't love me. Now, that's not true, but that's how you see it. It's like, well, wait a minute. This thing inside of me, which is natural, which is authentic, its expression, is threatening love and survival. What's wrong with me? I'm not good enough. I hate this part of myself. Let's disown it. And we all create a split within. Which also, for any of you who are parents, if you try to hide your unacceptable side, right? There's someone I know who's like, my kids have never seen me angry. Now, does that sound good on paper? I'm always happy and positive around my kids, everybody. You know what? Never seen me mad. Technically it sounds good on paper. But here's the thing, is the kid gonna get angry? No. Yeah. Well, yes, it's gonna happen. Now, they will disown it, yes. But they're gonna look at their parent and say, my dad never experiences anger, but I do. What's wrong with me? Why am I not like him? What's going on here? There's this weird defect in me where I get mad and I never see him get mad. I'm a defect. This is bad, disown, I'm not good enough. As opposed to showing your child when you get angry and the healthy way to deal with it. the healthy way to express it. So then when your child's like, I'm angry, it's like, oh, my parents are too. It's normal. It's okay. So when is one of the approaches. When did this start? Oh, I'm getting triggered right now. When did I previously experience this triggered feeling? When's perhaps the first time I experienced this? That's part of introspection, going deep. Okay? You can also think of the classic self-help example, which you probably heard many people talk about. Tony Robbins talks about this, which is the table and legs. Let's just say table is the core belief. I'm not good enough. I'm anxious. When means analyzing, well, what is supporting this belief? What are some of the experiences that shaped it? In school, I was bullied. I said dead cow in a restaurant, etc., etc. People try to whack the table head on. It's like, use positive affirmations. I'm confident, I'm confident, I'm confident. It's not going to break the table. Instead, it's, okay, why does a part of me believe I'm not confident? What are the legs? Knock them out, table's gone. So that's the first approach, when. The next approach is, why? Oh, you're anxious? Why? And that's usually how I start a lot of introspection. Meaning, say you come up here, I'm like, okay, what's going on with you? Just to get a baseline, what's going on? More often than not, the next question is, why? Let's go deeper. This here, especially when it comes to letting go, we talked about different reservoirs with people who just let go in the moment, breathe in the moment. They process the little, you could say the straw that breaks the camel's back, right? The little drop of water that makes it overflow, but they never dive deep. Why allows you to dive deep? More specifically, if you think of files versus folders, it allows you to tap into the folder. So let's say with anxiety, you have the fear of being rejected. Hey everybody, I'm scared of being rejected. Step one is, okay, when? When did this start? When do you start fearing rejection? Dive deep there. Then, why? What's so scary about rejection? Well, if I get rejected, people won't like me, as an example. Okay, why is that scary? So you follow what I call the trail of whys. Now this is nuanced because this is where you can stay stuck at the surface, where people will tend to say the same thing in different words. I'm scared of getting rejected. Why is that scary? Because then I'll get rejected. Because then people, will not approve of me, et cetera, as opposed to going deeper. So you don't want to alternate surfaces, go deeper. Okay, what if people don't like you? Then I'll have no friends and then I'll be alone. Oh, so the fear of being rejected is actually the fear of being alone. Now that's just for one person. For someone else, if I'm rejected, it means there's something wrong with me. Well, why is that scary? Well, then I'm not good enough. Oh, so it's the fear of not being good enough. Get it? So think of it as there's a folder with a lot of different files in that folder. So say we take out a core, following the trail of whys, the fear of being alone. What people do is they focus on every situation where they experience fear. But if they actually follow the trail of whys, they tap into the folder. So instead of letting go of the fear of rejection, what if you followed the trail of whys and let go of the fear of being alone? Well, then what happens by letting go of the fear of being alone, because fear of rejection is in that folder, you also let go of that, but you also let go of all the other situations the fear of being alone is affecting. So you zap them all in one, as opposed to going one by one by one by one by one. Does that make sense? So why? And again, don't stay at the surface, deeper. And then 3 is shadow questions. Forgive my handwriting. Shadow questions. If you're familiar with the work of Carl Jung, he talks about how we all have a shadow. Other terms is, your subconscious, your unconscious. There's what you know, there's what you don't know, there's what you don't know you don't know. That's the gold. And it can be very hard to become aware of what's down there, right? And that is where, by the way, we stuff down all the things that are unacceptable about ourselves. So, say this is you. Here's the conscious mind. Here's the subconscious mind. Let's just say, is this dead cow? Shh. This is bad. Now, expression, that aspect, is a part of me, right? Can I take it out of me, like, and get rid of it? No, it's forever going to be a part of me. So what happens when you disown this? Okay, this is threatening my survival. You're going to bury it out of your awareness as far as possible. And your subconscious. There's what you're aware of and what you're not aware of. And in the furthest depths is where all the darkest parts of you are. Okay? Now to let go, you got to be aware of this. And what happens is we bury it and we lock it under layers and layers of resistance. When you get triggered, it's when something down there gets poked at. And it shoots up a little bit. And then what people do is like, oh no, I'm triggered. And they stuff it back down. As opposed to being open and saying, I can actually trace this down as something I'm not aware of. What you don't know, you don't know. So that's your shadow. With shadow questions, it's also understanding that every single thing that you do, there's always a payoff. Meaning, back to self-sabotage, you never actually screw yourself over. You always give yourself exactly what you want. Meaning, everything about your life right now, a part of you loves it. Everything. Or you would do something about it. Now here's the thing. Everything in your life right now, a part of you loves it, but you might not be aware of the part of you that loves it. For myself, as an example, I, at a core, and to be clear, I'm not fully above this. There's still a small percent that's there. But for the longest time, belief about myself, core identity was the self-destructive artist. I found significance in that from a young age as a kid. Even playing toys with my sister, I would always take like the self-destructive bad guy, and that's who I'd resonate with and just love. Because it was different. Because in my mind, I'm like, everyone wants to succeed. I want to be the person who has the option to succeed. So it did lead me to opening doors of success. But at the last minute, just cuz. For no reason at all. Because that makes me different. Everyone would walk through that door of success, but not me. I could, but not me. Because I'm not like you. I'm special. Now, how did that run me? Would I allow myself to succeed? No. Anytime I would get close to it, I would destroy it. Now in my mind, I'm like, why? Why do I self-sabotage like this? Ooh, a part of me is getting exactly what it wants out of it. Because that way you're special. So think about it. Everything you hate about your life, a part of you loves it. Another example is a client of mine, this is years ago. His core identity was the underdog. Right? He liked the movie like Rocky, overcoming big obstacles. And he worked in Wall Street, finance in New York. And he got a really good job. And his boss said to him, you know what, you have a lot of potential. That's why I hired you. And I really want you to do well because I'm looking for someone to take over my job. So please, let's see how this goes. And what he found himself doing, and it wasn't new, he's been doing this his entire life, and that's why he signed up for coaching, is he started procrastinating and not doing a lot and reaching a point where his boss came to him and started doubting him. What's going on? I thought you were the right option. And a part of him loved it. Why? Because now there's someone to prove wrong. Now there can be glory in my success. I want people to doubt me so I can win them over. And I even had him sink into the perspective, what if success was easy? He never doubted you. You just crushed it from the start. And he had almost a vomiting he didn't vomit, but almost like reaction to that, like disgust. Meaning, no, I need it to be glorious. Easy success, I need the obstacle. Because then I'm not the underdog. I need everyone to doubt me, like in the movies, to overcome it. So there's always a payoff. The key to overcoming self-sabotage is not to fight against it directly. It's to identify the part of you that is getting something out of it. So think of conscious you, shadow you. Anytime you do something where consciously you're like, why did I do that? That's not going with my goals. It means shadow you is happy about it. So you got to learn how to talk to shadow you. No? And that is shadow questions. It's playing in a way the devil's advocate. Okay, I'm not happy about this, but let's play the devil's advocate. What if a part of me is happy about it? How could I find out why that part of me is happy about it? Now, if you're playing the devil's advocate, you got to learn how to speak the language of the devil. So shadow questions are very nuanced. Here's an example. Why do you deserve to suffer in life? Now, what's your reflex? I don't. I'm not saying you do. We're not speaking English. We're speaking shadow. Why are you not good enough? Reflex. I am. What are you talking about, Julien? Of course I am. Yeah, that's English. We're not talking to you. We're talking to your shadow. Meaning asking a part of you, and it can be very helpful to repeat it to yourself in your head. Why am I not good enough? And just stay open. And see if a part of you screams up an answer. Because you're ugly. Where did that come from? Okay. Make a note. That is gold. You're literally getting information even when it comes to the table. It's like, okay, because I'm ugly. Doesn't mean you're ugly, but it does mean a part of you thinks you are. Get it? And then a lot of this work is aligning all those parts. Think of it like this. Here's you. Okay? And you want to go towards success. And you try, but let's say inside of you, there's a little demon. And that demon is pulling you towards failure. You're going to experience this tug of war. And that's what a lot of us experience. We want to succeed. The same with, hey, scream as loud as you can. Okay, I wanna. A part of you pulls you back. Now, people try to fight this. Let's discipline the demon. This way, this way. As opposed to first trying to understand the demon. Hey, why don't you want to go there? Why do you want to go here? Why are you getting something out of failure? Here's a very basic one. Let's just say a part of you believes that success in life requires a lot of responsibility, a lot of work. It requires you living a very serious life. Does that sound fun? Not necessarily. Maybe there's another part of you that's like, oh, that's so boring. I don't want to live a heavy, serious life. I'm not a responsible person. Now you're pulled in two directions. So you're going to push it away, even though you're like, I want success. I'm not responsible. Not for me. The same reason, by the way, people blow all the money they win in the lottery. You've all heard stories like that. They win all this money and they find all these ways to get rid of it. Why? Because a part of them thinks, not worthy, not worthy. This success is threatening what we know. It's threatening who we think we are. It's threatening everything about us. And although a part of us wants it, way too scary. So there's always this tug of war. Don't discipline the demon. Understand it. Get it on the same page. You don't need work ethic. When you get that demon, that inner demon, and you also realize it was never really a demon, get it on the same page. You don't need to make yourself take action and have your own best interests at heart. You're naturally inspired to have your own best interests at heart. And instead of work ethic, it's like cultivating a work magnet where you are pulled towards success. But you got to be willing to talk to the demon. Here's another example. Why do your parents not love you, and why is it entirely your fault? Now, what's the reflex? What are you talking? They love me. It's all my fault. That's the right answer. And that's the thing. With shadow questions, don't get fixated on the validity of the question. Your job is to ask it to yourself and just see, does a part of me believe this? Yeah, and maybe an answer will shoot up. Now, don't self-attack or judge yourself, because now you know what to let go of. Right? Why are you inferior to others? Resist the urge. I'm not. You're right, you're not. Does a part of you think you are? That's a shadow question. Now, understanding this, you can combine the three. Why? Right? So when? Why? Say there's an answer. Oh, because I'm afraid of this. Combine a shadow question to the why. And then you alternate why, shadow question, why, shadow question. Maybe 2 times, 3 times why, 2 shadow questions. So it's not 1 for 1. But you'll see if you watch my videos online, a lot of what I do is that. Okay, why, shadow question, why, shadow question, why, shadow question. And that's what brings up the data. And then once the data is there, you're aware, then you know exactly what to let go of. But if you don't do that, you'll never start tapping into the reservoirs.
Now, before things start getting intense here, if you're looking to go through a similar process yourself and receive direct feedback from me personally, no matter where you find yourself in the world, then click the link below this video right now and apply for online coaching. This is my signature program, so click the link and I'll see you in there.
Why are you not good enough? Not saying you aren't. Of course you are. But ask yourself, why am I not good enough? See if a part of you screams up. Why are you not good enough?
Because I'm different.
Ooh. Why are you different? So, why? Why are you different? In what way?
The easy thing would be to say, because I'm not like everybody else. Yeah.
Why are you inferior to others? Shadow question.
Like below others?
Mm-hmm. Because it doesn't sound like you're different in a good way. It sounds like in a bad way.
Yeah.
So why are you less than others? What comes up? Stay open. You got this. Breathe into it. What's so bad about you? Shadow question. When did you start believing that there's something different about you? When?
Really early on, even kindergarten, I think.
What happened?
I get into a lot of trouble, a lot of fights with other kids.
Mm-hmm.
Was really reckless and yeah.
It's been tough. How do you feel about yourself as a person?
Right now?
Mm-hmm. This one's a bit more of a general one that I'll sometimes throw into open things. How do you feel about you? You're stuffing a lot down right now. Stay with it. Drop the front. Stay real.
At least I try to forgive myself.
Why do you hate yourself? Shadow question.
I think because I was told the way I acted was wrong.
What do you hate about you specifically right now? Like, what do you hate about you? What's so bad about you?
That I sometimes hurt other people.
Okay. What's missing? What do you need? What are you after? What are you hoping for? What?
I think some kind of approval for just being who I am.
Why are you unable to do that right now for you? Fully approve of yourself. What's blocking you? What? Like, why is this not enough? Why can't you fully approve of this? What's so terrible about you? What's missing? Tell us.
I still think I miss a small part of forgiveness for myself. Yeah. When I have hurt other people.
What's scary or bad about forgiving yourself? Think about it for a second. Forgiveness, what's scary or bad? Remember, if everything about you, there's a certain payoff. If you're unable to forgive yourself, it means that forgiving yourself threatens a part of yourself. So the shadow question is, well, what does forgiving threaten? Does this all make sense? Okay. What gets threatened? Why is forgiving yourself so hard to do, so scary, so bad? What would happen if you fully forgave yourself? What comes up? Stop stuffing it in, say. Why can't you forgive yourself? Why do you need to keep hating yourself? Why are you unforgivable? Shadow question.
Again, it comes back to that I hurt other people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you may not tell, but you feel pretty emotional.
Yeah.
Okay.
I tried to
Yeah.
dive into it.
This is good. You did 10 out of 10, by the way. And this is the next step. It's do this, but don't try to force it either. Meaning poke at it as much as you can. And a good tell, as you've learned throughout this event, is when it starts getting emotional. Right now you're a bit emotional. That's good. We're diving deep. Once it gets emotional, then you can shift to letting go, which we'll get to. And then as you let go, what happens, you start processing layers of resistance and you can actually dive deeper and deeper. So it's a process. You can't expect yourself, okay, I'm going to dive all the way to the core right now. Sometimes, yeah, sometimes you get stuck. Never say, I don't know, stay open. But then letting go allows you to go deeper and deeper and deeper. But massive respect right there, man. Give him a hand, everybody. Yeah, massive respect. So this type of questioning is what you need to learn how to do with you. And you will have think of it as, here's another model. Like, here's the treasure chest of gold. And and you need to go there, and there's all these guards protecting it. You are the person diving deep and the guards. And because you know yourself better than anyone, you're going to have every reflex to deflect. No, not the treasure chest. So you need to think, okay, how can I get past those guards? And it's very difficult. That's also why it can be very helpful to have someone help you with this. Like me putting a little bit of pressure, like it's, notice, grounded, empathetic, but also like, tell us. Come on. It's like a little bit of pressure can help, because then resistance can't hide. It's like, oh, well, I'm stuck. I'm on this spot. I have to. And it can help crack some open. But that is the first part. Once you understand this, look for it in my videos. Don't just be entertained. Look for, okay, Julien asked this. Why did he ask that? Is it when? Why? Shadow questions. What did the person say that led to this question? And then at a deeper level, you'll see that people will say things which hint at different assumptions. As an example, we talked about before, you're not chasing external approval, you're chasing internal approval, right? Whatever you're seeking out there, you're actually craving it within here. So if, and this is a client on stage in a video, I don't feel safe. I'm seeking safety. What's the question to ask? Why don't you feel safe within? Because chasing safety out there, you're actually chasing it within here. Why don't you feel safe within? When's the last time you felt safe within? You stack them on like that.
It's safe to feel accepted.
Why don't you feel safe?
Well, I do feel safe when it comes to like basic people needs. But maybe, well, I didn't figure that out yet.
When's the last time you truly felt safe? Deep breaths. Don't stuff it down. Honor what you feel. Take as much time as you need. When's the last time?
It was years ago when I was a kid.
Why haven't you felt safe since?
I haven't been truly taken care of by other people and myself.
How have you not been taking care of yourself?
Me, of myself?
You.
I ignore my needs a lot.
Why?
I was taught to do it.
Analyzing the videos in that way teaches you how to then do it to you. But this is cracking open your shadow. And then once you're aware of it, it's tuning into the associated sensations, the theme, and learning how to let go of it.
Now, what you just watched here is just a small piece of a larger system and process. So what you want to do now is click this video here to see exactly what I'm talking about and how it all fits together.